getting ready to start on number 5, I think. And I might do this one. I might make this the last one for tonight and then head home.
Added up, 523 years. Woo, how you doing? Maybe you need to go get a drink, get a sports drink, something like that. We have another one coming up here. Sort inventors by years lived. Okay, so const oldest equals inventors dot. Now we're going to sort them. And we are going to get A and B. And before I do the returning 1 or negative 1, we're going to const. We're going to create some variables so we can use that in our if statement. Const last guy, how old did he live? A dot past minus A dot year. And then we'll say next guy equal to B dot year. Then from that, we are going to say if last guy greater than next guy, we are going to return 1, or negative 1, sorry, and then else we are going to return 1. Now, that seems a little bit long. We can really clean that up, and we can simply just say return. We can use our turn array operator, return next guy. If that is true, negative 1. Otherwise, if that is false, return 1. And that's the exact same thing as doing this if statement. We just do it in one fell swoop. Let's console log the oldest. Console table it. Beautiful. This guy.
Okay. So that's very similar to what we did earlier when I was just like tickled to death that I figured out how to do the math on that. We were doing comparing A to B, and we just keep iterating until we get to the end. Return last guy, and I'm just gonna go straight to the ternary thing. Remember, if this is true, it does a negative 1. If a negative 1, I have to go to my cheat sheet. If it's a negative 1, which is basically less than 1, means that the value of B is less than 0. So if it's a negative, that means A comes first. Okay, it's less than 0, means it's an A comes first. Return last guy minus, or is greater than next guy. If it's true, which is indicated by the question mark, we are saying negative 1, which means A comes first. And if not true, then it's 1, which means B, not P, comes first. And it's a colon, not a semicolon. And then we do the console log. It's done the console table of oldest, which was the name of the variable. So let's pull that up. And there it is. Okay, so let's kind of dive into that just a little bit more. I'm just going to go down here. Now, again, if I was a student and I had notepad and paper or pen and paper, I would do it on that. I want to show you what the thought process is and how all this stuff works. So that's why I'm putting it on a notepad here so you can see it. So we're doing, remember this. If A is greater than B, that means the value is A minus B. So it's greater than 0. So 100 minus 1 equals 99, greater than 0. So B comes first. If it's the same, no change. If A is less than B, that means the value of B minus A is 0, is less than 0. So A comes first. So let's play with a few of these. I'm not going to do all of them. But so the formula that we had was right here. we had const last guy equals a passed minus a year. And then const next guy equals b passed minus b year. So let's start with two guys. We got Einstein and Newton. So in this example, we're going to compare Einstein and Newton. Let's do a few of them. Newton. Who's next? Galilei. And Curie. So our formula is the year they passed minus the year they were born. So for Einstein, that was, I don't think I have it on here anymore. I'm looking on my calculator on my phone. Let's see if I can pull this up without making me regret it. No, maybe. I just want to see a freaking calculator. I don't want to install something. I just want to see a calculator. Okay. No, my phone. Just, yeah, sorry. Just on my phone. So Einstein was born, what did we say? Shit. 1955. 1955 is when he died, I'm sorry. So we're looking at the year they passed. Minus year he's born, 1879 equals 76. So Einstein was 76. Newton was passed in 27, 1727 minus 1643. 1643 equals 84. Galilei passed in 1642. 1642 minus 1564. Try that again. 564. 78. Curie was 1934. 1934 minus 1867 equals 67. She was 67. Okay, so similar process as here. We just do A and B. This is A, this is B. So this is going to be A and B for us. We try to compute this as well. So we have 76 minus 84 equals, what does it equal? What, -8? Yeah, equals -8. So go back to our rule here. So if something is, so if the value of A minus B is greater than 0, which this is not. So if the value of B minus A, okay, hold on. If A is greater than B, my bad, I was reading this wrong. So if A is minus B, I can't talk. If A is less than B, which it is in this case, then that means A comes first. Is -8, which is less than 0. So that means A comes first. So on that, we have 7684. So it's gonna put it on top of here like I did before. So now we're comparing 84 to 78. 84 minus 78 equals what? 6, which is more than 0. So that means A is greater than B. So B comes first. Means B comes first. So in this example, 78 comes first. And then 84. So we have then, we're going to do this up here. So Einstein was 76 years old when he passed. Okay, so who was 78? Galilei. So Galilei, I don't know if I'm spelling them right, I don't care. 78. So this is now our, oh, 84. Okay, need to put Newton in there. So first we were saying Einstein and then Newton, 76 and 84. Einstein was 76 years old when he passed. Newton was 84, which was based off of this, for their person. Then when we did the second line, which is Galilei, he's like, oops, no, Galilei was a little bit younger. He was only 78. So that's why he's now before Newton. So I think we only need one more line. So we're going to compare A and B. So that's Newton and Curie. Newton was 84 minus 67 equals, 17, I think. It's 14. I'm going to go with 17. Yeah. Which is more than 0. So that means more than 0 is greater than 0. So that means B comes first, which is 67. 67 and then 84. So that would be Newton would scoot over because he's last. And Curie would go right there. Okay, but you can still see that's not 100% right. Newton is last, so it's better than what it was originally, right? Newton was here in the second place. So we got to iterate again. So let's look at this. I'm going to copy that. So my A is 76, my B is 78, Einstein and Galilei equals -2, which is less than 0. So that means less than 0 means A comes first. Comes first. So that would mean 76 and 78. So Einstein is still in the lead there. Did I, the youngest? Don't know if that's something you want to be in the lead for. And then 78 was Galilei. So those go unchanged because it's still in that order. So now we're comparing A and B again. So 78 minus 67 equals 11. Yeah. which is greater than 0. And if something is greater than 0, that means B comes first. So B comes first. So that means B was 67, so that was Curie. 67, 78. So Galilei gets bumped over a bit, and Curie is there. And so we got one more. We got our new A, which is, what's our old name? Galilei and Newton. And in theory, we shouldn't have to do this anymore because Newton should be at the very last. But that's how a computer would do it. This is our last entity or value that we have. And based off this first run through, this should already be in the last place. So actually, I'm not going to go ahead and do it because it should already be in the last place. And just doing the visual rep, you can see that it is. So that reduces the number of lines that I have to look through because we already know Newton's in the right order because of the first time we went through, he would have automatically been put to the last. Because every time we iterated a new line, he got bumped over until there's no more bumping. So Newton is last. He died the oldest. So let's do an iterate again. Let's see how things are because things are still obviously not right. Let's see. So let's do A is 76 minus 67. A and B. B equals what? 9. 6. Yeah, 9 is greater than 0. So greater than 0 is B. So B comes first. So that is 67. And then 76. So B is first. And then A. Put some space down there so I can do this again. So we want 67 to be first because that's how it was. And then now we're going to do the new A and B. Oh, and then Einstein was second. So now our new A is Einstein of 76. These are old A too, but you get it. And now we're doing Galilei again. And that equals -2 is less than 0. So A comes first. A is 76 and B is 78, so no change there really. Okay, and we already know that Newton's last. I might have repeated that line for another reason. No, I don't think so. I don't know. Moving on. Okay, I probably didn't need to do this. Maybe I did. I don't know. So this is where we're at right now. We already know Newton is last. Okay, bring this down. So based off this, we already know because we've already done this iterated this twice now, at least, if not more. So these two should be automatically in the right order. So we're not going to look at those again. We're just going to do a comparison of the first couple. So A is 67 minus 76. You can already see visually it's fixed, but we're just going to pretend it's not. Equals what? 9? -9? Yeah. which is less than 0. So we'll have to keep looking at this until I know it. I trust myself. Less than 0, so A comes first. So that means 67, 76. That should be the only thing that we need to run through, because we already know these are in the right order, Galilei and Newton. So we would just go ahead and put the ones that we know are already right, Galilei and Newton. 78, we already knew those when we got that from the previous iterations. And the ones that we just did, the thing we just did, that just showed us that everything else was already correct. Okay. So, what was the assignment? Oh, okay. So it should return the last guy. So this should be the order, hopefully, within those people. So Curie should go, let's see. Okay, they was doing, what was he looking for? He's wanting to know, he's wanting to sort. So it would return the last guy greater than the next guy. So if A is greater than B, which was the next guy, turn -1. So you have Newton, Galilei, Einstein, and Curie. Okay, my order's right. I think I just started with this last. Yeah, but I got them in the right sequence. Okay. I'm just going to leave well enough alone. So they're in the right sequential order. I grasped that right. I don't know if I was just. So the last guy. I'm overthinking it again. Is what I'm doing. If I wanted it in a reversed order, I can just do that, I assume. Or I should reverse it for Meitner's on top and now Meitner's on the bottom. Okay. So I might have reversed what they were doing, but it's in the right sequential order, which is the main part there. Oh, he was wanting them to be the oldest. So who was the oldest when they passed? Let's go back to that. So between mine 4 that I used as a sample, Newton was oldest in the past. And when he passed, and Newton was, okay, awesome. I did it right. He was looking for the oldest. Okay, cool. So I'm going to call it on that one. We discussed that, the concept of the sorting and the A and the B and the bubble sort in another video. I'm not going to cover that again in this video because I'm going to go home. It's 8 o'clock.